Hello, good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's perspective for Tuesday, July 16th. Okay, I must say, first of all, that I knew I was not going crazy. I knew intentionality was a real word, and that little squiggly line talking about grammar. So I got a lot of nope. That is a real word. Don't worry about it. That's a real word. So thank you for being my backup to the backup, and thank you for all who are jumping in. I sort of want to go another step beyond where I went yesterday with intentionality. And it's specifically referring, well, I'm referring to, I want to talk just a moment about what we say versus what others hear. What we're saying versus what others are hearing. And I just think it's important that we recognize, especially those who have the platform of influence, those who have the platform and the title and the billets and the paycheck to match the leadership or the supervisor or manager role. Gunnies out there, all the staff and CICs, OICs, CEOs, CFOs, the educators, all of us who have been given a platform of leadership, it's incumbent upon us. It's not really an option not to be conscious and deliberate about what we say, because I promise you, and you already know this, this is just a little friendly reminder on this terrific Tuesday, just a reminder that a lot of times what we say, by the time it hits the ears and the hearts of our audience, it has been changed. We have got to recognize that when we're speaking, before it or as it hits, it's going through several filters. All of us walk around with filters. Just some obvious filters. I am hearing from the filter of a female. I'm hearing from the filter of a mother. I'm hearing from a woman of African descent. I'm hearing from a woman who is the middle child of five. I'm hearing from a woman who is, or a person of military background. All of those filters will siphon what I hear. I listed mine. You're listening through filters. I promise you, you're listening through filters. Ira Kelly. Ira Kelly is on with me this morning. Hey, Ira. um, and so another filter that we are all listening through is the relationship filter. If you're talking to more than one person, if you're talking to one person, but if you're talking to more than one person, you've got to recognize that all of those people out there have slightly different relationships with you. And so what you're saying is being interpreted through a filter based on the relationship they have with you. And that's important that we recognize that. When we're having very critical, very difficult, very candid conversations, it's important that we recognize who we're talking to. It's important that we recognize the filters that they are listening through. It's important that we recognize the relationship that they are filtering the words through. All of this body language, all of these facial expressions, these tones, they mean something. And they mean so much that we have to be conscious. I'm not talking about tiptoeing around, but if we have the responsibility, the privilege, the platform of leadership, what is his name? His name is, there is the book, The Four Agreements. And I cannot think of the author. Don Miguel Ruiz. There it goes. Don Miguel Ruiz wrote a book, The Four Agreements. The first agreement that he writes about is be impeccable with your speech. That gets amplified the higher we are up on the leadership chain. The higher we have, the more influence we have, that mandate becomes magnified, that we be impeccable with our words. Because again, depending on the filter that people are hearing it from, the relationship that they have with us, things are about to happen or not. And so I just wanted to bring to you a couple of minutes, um, the reminder, the reminder that it is very, very important, not optional, that those of us in leadership, those of us who have influence over others, be impeccable with our words, because what we're saying is not always what they are hearing, and it's absolutely not always what they are hearing. Okay? Because we don't just hear auditorily, we're hearing with our heart. And so we got to be conscious of that. We have to be aware of that. Those filters uniquely translate. Thank you, Ira. Okay, there you go, Uncle Bo and Aunt Willa. Um, those filters will uniquely and decisively, like a laser, filter what you're saying, and then they will act or not. They will react or not according to what they've heard. So again, I don't think we can be successful in, well, I just can't say, I don't know what everybody's out there thinking. Okay. But there's a whole spectrum of care that we can take between, well, I don't know what everybody's thinking, so they just got to take it the way I give it. Between that and not saying anything at all. No, I think we have a responsibility to be conscious, to be aware of the power of our words that are coming out, and the fact that your intentions don't always match up with the impact. Okay. So that's it. Take it and make it yours. But the challenge becomes today, be conscious of that. Recognize that the way people hear what we are saying is, it goes through a filter, a whole lot of filters. And though we can't account for them all, we at least minimally need to be aware of them and conscious of them. Be aware of the relationships of the people that, again, especially if it is a difficult, a critical, a very candid conversation that we're about to have, we don't need to be loose with this. We don't need to be just saying stuff because it pops into your head when you are at a level 10 and you're already hot as a firecracker. You don't need to let some stuff flow through your lips unchecked. Okay? Because words, you can't go grab them back. You can apologize. You can beg forgiveness. You can plead. You can buy all the flowers and candy. You can get promotions. You can't take back those words that sometimes pierce. Okay? They're going to leave a wound. Even if you get care, even if you go see about it and you smooth it over, the wound, the piercing is still there. You can't undo that scar. Okay, so it's incumbent upon us who have the platform, the privilege of leadership, to be careful, be impeccable with this, because what we are saying is not always what they are hearing. Thank you, Bridget. Okay, I appreciate you all tremendously. Go make it a terrific Tuesday. And until next time, take real good care of yourselves.